Hey guys, Jadzia here, and I am here with a Halloween episode. Ooh, I'm a little late. I planned on doing like a movie review every day up until Halloween, but that didn't work out as well as I had thought about it in my head. So I figured to kind of make up for it, I would do a top horror films for Halloween, like my favorites. Um, I have a lot. I have a lot of favorites that I love to watch at Halloween. But if I showed them all, then this would be probably broken down into about 5 or 6 videos, because there are that many. I don't have very many horror films on DVD and Blu-ray. Um, Surprisingly, most of my horror films are on VHS. Yeah, so yeah, believe it or not. I'm slowly working on replacing them, like with either DVD or Blu-ray, depending on what format it's available in. But so far, I've only been able to replace a few. Anyways, getting on to the movies. First, Orphan. Like I've said this when I had showed this in my most recent Blu-ray update. I love movies about creepy children and just weird, creepy children who like to kill people. Like Orphan, Village of the Damned, Bad Seed. God, there's so many. The Children. There's a lot. Bloody Birthday, that's like a really old one. But Orphan, basically, this little girl, um, Esther, I can't believe I forgot her name of it. Esther is essentially an orphan, and this couple finds her at an orphanage for little girls, and they're so like pleased with her, like they're enamored with her charm and her ability to draw and how like polite she seems and all, and they decide to adopt her. And then it kind of goes downhill from there. Like all this weird stuff starts happening, sort of like The Good Son, except I don't know, it's kind of along the lines like it's Bad Seed meets Good Son. Like she's super super evil, but she tries to make people think that she's just a sweet and charming little girl. Yeah, this is really worth the pickup. I only paid I think like $5 for this one, so not too bad. Not too bad of an investment. Next one, this is more for children. 'Cause I know a lot of parents don't want their kids to watch like super scary stuff, but they still want them to enjoy Halloween and like spooky movies. And it's not like Halloweenish per se, but it has a creepy vibe to it, and I think that kids would enjoy it. I'm talking about Coraline. This is a Tim Burton film. I'm not like overly enthusiastic about Tim Burton. Um, Not since Alice in Wonderland. I think I'm like one of the very few people that do not like Alice in Wonderland. But yes, this is a perfect movie for kids for Halloween, along with like Nightmare Before Christmas, which that's more or less like Christmassy, but it does have like a Halloween theme to it. And then my personal absolute favorite, which I don't own it, and I wish I did. I might have to try and find a copy of it somewhere soon. Which I think Amazon had it for about $10. The Halloween Tree. It came out in like 1993. Hanna-Barbera like made it. And it was a book by Ray Bradbury originally, like in 1972. It was great. I need to find it and watch it again and relive my childhood. But back to Coraline. Um, Coraline is about a little girl who moves to a new town with her parents who don't pay her much attention, and because of this, like she feels like unwanted, everything, and then she discovers this. She discovers the key, like this key, and then she discovers the door. But before that, she finds like this doll that looks just like her. But then she finds, the doorway that leads to another like parallel dimension where her mother and father absolutely adore her and pay her so much attention. But I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen this before. I mean, it came out. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Oh, 2009. That's right. This came out in 2009, so it's not old by any means, but it's a few years old. So yeah, I love this. I picked this up on a Black Friday deal for I think $10, and it was the Blu-ray DVD digital copy edition, and it had the 3D version with the cheap blue and red 3D glasses. But yeah, I still have them. I think some of them. And then I don't really consider this necessarily horror, but it is. It gives a lot of like creepy, like weird, on the edge of your seat, wondering what's gonna happen, and just shock. Basically, I'm talking about The Exorcist. Um, it was let's see. This one was made in the 70s, 1973. So it's a classic. I'm gonna tell you, it's a classic. Basically, a little girl gets possessed and like possessed by what they think is the devil. Um, and it just starts getting really creepy. I don't want to spoil anything unless she's not seen this. Um, but yeah, you need to watch this. It's really good. And I have the nice um, Digipack edition that's got, well, my husband's actually watching the extended director's cut right now. And then it's got a letter from Liam Fredkin and a nice, beautiful book. And then in the back, it's got the original theatrical release. And they recently came out with the 40th anniversary edition, which I have no plans on getting that one because I think I haven't done much research, but I think it's the same as this one. And it may have one or two extra special features, but I mean, I am perfectly fine with this edition. But yeah, so I recommend picking this up if you want to get sufficiently creeped out, but like movies that don't show a whole lot of blood, guts, and all that other stuff. Um, Now, if you are a fan of blood and guts and just all around gore, then you are going to love Suspiria. Suspiria is an Italian horror film by Dario Argento. He is well known for his horror. This is the first one, the first movie in the Mother of Tears trilogy, and it took them a while to finally finish. The last one in the trilogy was Mother of Tears, and it came out in it was mid 2000. It wasn't too long ago, but there's and Suspiria, Inferno, and Mother of Tears. I think I got that right, and if I don't, I'm sure Sean will correct me. But yeah, basically, a girl attends this was it a European dance academy because she's like a really good ballet dancer, and all this creepy stuff happens. She's trying to figure out what's going on. She starts not feeling well, and she's trying to figure out, why she's not feeling well, and trying to get to the bottom of all these deaths. And all I gotta say is a razor wire. Whew, creepy. Yeah, definitely watch this one if you're a fan of gore. and any other Dario Argento films. There's Suspiria, Inferno, Tenebrae, The Church, Mother of Tears, Deep Red, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, The Card Player. There's so many. And Phenomena, which I haven't seen yet, and it's got Jennifer Connelly, like early Jennifer Connelly in it. I just want to see it so bad. But yeah, I said pick this up. And then, what would a horror countdown favorite movie list be without Child's Play? Everybody's familiar with Child's Play, I would hope. You know, serial killer puts his soul in a good guy doll, and a boy ends up getting it, and rampage. Like the doll ends up killing everybody, and going on a killing rampage, and it's great. The only ones I like in this series is Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. Those are the only ones I like. Only because those three, like, are serious. Like, they're just serious horror. There's some jokes in there, but it's not, like, continuous, like, horror comedy like Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky were. I did watch Curse of Chucky, and while it didn't have the jokes and like the horror comedy element like Bride and Seed had, um, I don't know, it still left me like with a sense of emptiness. I guess like it wasn't at all like I had hoped it would be, knowing that it took place after Child's Play 3 and before Bride of Chucky. So I don't know, maybe I might have to watch it one or two more times to kind of firmly grasp, everything. But after the one viewing, I wasn't really sold. But yes, definitely. This is the 20th anniversary edition. It has got a good bit of special features on it, and I think you can get this relatively cheap now. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's just a simple, and if you don't care for special features, just get the plain one. I'm sure they have a set now that's got like 1, 2, and 3 in it. I know they have a set that's got 2, 3, Bride, and Seed in it because I had that at one time. I should have kept it. I don't know why I got rid of it, but yes, definitely check this one out. It is awesome. Next, we've got Stephen King's The Shining. Not that Stanley Kubrick bullshit. This is the miniseries, and it's my absolute favorite. It's my husband's favorite, and he does like the Stanley Kubrick one, but this is his favorite. He likes this one a whole lot more. When he wants to watch Shining, this is the one he wants to watch, not the Stanley Kubrick one. It's more true to the book than the Stanley Kubrick one was, and if you watch the documentary Room 237, after watching that documentary, I kind of didn't like. I had a more dislike for the Stanley Kubrick version than I already had, just because he tore it apart, and it wasn't. No, I don't know. Anyways, so basically, this family, the father of this family gets a job at the Overlook Hotel as the caretaker during the winter season because nobody goes to the Overlook Hotel in the winter season because it is just covered in snow. So they need somebody to look after the hotel, and this guy gets the job. So they get there, they get settled in, and I should mention Danny, the little boy, has what they call the Shining. Like he can see the dead people in the hotel, hear things, and it just gets really creepy as the minutes go by as you're watching this. It's a good, let's see, how long exactly is this movie? 273 minutes. That's, let's see, 122 hours. So it's over 4 hours. Yeah, like 4 hours and 10 minutes or 13 minutes, something like that. So it's a good long movie. Um, but yeah, this version doesn't have any really special features. It's got a commentary with Stephen King and some of the cast members and the director, and then 11 additional scenes, but that's about it. Um, but you can pick this up relatively cheap, and if you want mix in with other movies, you can also pick up this, which has The Shining, It, and the Salem's Lot miniseries on it. We picked this up for $13. So 3 movies for $13, which has like 4, 6, 7, 8, like over 10 hours of watchage. Then pick this one up. But if all you want is this one, then this is the version that I would pick up. So yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't have a horror. Like I said, you can't have a horror list without Stephen King. Yeah, he's great. And then I'm going to stick these as one. But, Hell, Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2 Hellbound, or Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, however you want to say it. A lot of people don't like it after the second one, but I like, let's see, Hellraiser 1, 2, 3, Hell on Earth, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. And then I do like Hellraiser Bloodlines, which also has Cortland Meaden, the same boy that played Danny in this one. But after that, it's granted, I do have all of them on DVD. I have those two, and then I have a set that's got the rest of them on it, except for that new one that just came out. Was it Hellraiser Revelations? I tried watching it. I couldn't get past the first 10, 15 minutes. I was just like, I'm done. But these, very, very excellent for Halloween. Basically, the premise of the story is there's a puzzle box, and this guy had found it, and his family, like his brother and his wife, whom the guy had a crush on and ended up like sleeping with her or whatever, and the guy's niece, they move into the house, and I can't remember exactly how was it. I think the woman ends up finding out that the guy was in there. Like somehow the box gets opened and shit happens, and then Pinhead and his Cenobites are released, and it's great. So much, so much blood and just all around weirdness. And then the second one continues the story, and with the same main character, and kind of wraps it up a little bit. But yes, they're very excellent films. And these are the 20th anniversary editions. They're both packed with a ton of special features. I recommend that you pick these two up. And if you're looking to get the whole entire series, I would suggest getting the regular 1 and 2. If you don't care about special features, most people don't care about special features, but I like special features. Get the regular ones, and then this one that's got all of them on it. I think this is originally marked $10, and I got it on special for like $4.99. So I mean, it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies on it for $5. So less than $1 a piece. It's very budget friendly, I should say. And then the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I've had this collection for a while, and I refuse to buy the DVD collection that came out around the same time that the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street came out, which was horrible. I hated that one. And they recently came out with a Blu-ray version, which I've not done any research on it. But if I do end up getting the Blu-ray collection, I still want to keep this one just because I don't know, this one's just awesome. It comes with, a nice book, nice informational book. And it has the 3D glasses for Freddy's Dead, for the 3D sequence. But I have to say, I don't like all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. My favorite is, of course, part one. Two was a travesty. I love three. I think everybody loves part three. Um, Four is so-so. Five is just, I don't know, like, I used to love five, but the more I watched it, the more I was like, I don't know. Freddy's Dead is pretty good. And then my absolute all-time favorite across the whole series is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Simply because, like, it makes Freddy real. Like, it makes him more demon-like. And I love it. Love it. And everybody should know, like, the premise of Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, uh, killer of children in their dreams. But yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then I want to leave off with some television shows. Like, if you're not really into movies and you like marathoning TV shows with a particularly creepy vibe to them, I have two that I might suggest that you check out. First one is Poltergeist: The Legacy. This has nothing to do with the Poltergeist movies with that cute little blonde girl in it. Nothing to do at all. Basically, this is a TV show that was on in like the 90s, and I think it was about 3 or 4 seasons long. And this is the only one to actually come out on DVD. They had the second one out, but it's only on Amazon's. I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's sold through Amazon, and Amazon prints, like, burns the discs and prints it and sends it to you, but it's completely overpriced. It's like $50 or more, and I refuse to pay that when I only paid, I think, 15 to 20 for this one. And it's actually a lot cheaper now. Like, you can get it for $10 now. And this one, it has how many episodes? It has 5 discs on it with a lot of episodes. I think like 20 or so, 20, 23. The standard, which, well, it was the standard back then. Standard now is like 13 episodes per season. Well, at least for the first season, I think, and then later on it gets up in numbers. But the premise of this is there is a society called the Legacy, and their goal is to search out, all of these supernatural things and these artifacts that cause weird supernatural occurrences. And it's a very good show. You gotta check it out. I love shows like this from the 90s. Like, they don't really make them. Well, I can't really say they don't make them like this anymore, because they do have shows that kind of fall along the lines of this, I guess you can say. But this was great. I loved watching this as a kid. There's so many shows that was, like, from the 90s that I miss, like this and Mutant X, and sometimes Relic Hunter. Sometimes because I'm a big Tia Carrere fan. Like, oh, she's so hot. Anyways, but yeah, definitely check this one out. And a more recent show that's in its 3rd season right now is American Horror Story. Now, if you like completely off the wall, horror stuff, this is the show for you. The first season was only 12 episodes long, so it's not a particularly long series. And this is actually on Netflix right now. So, I mean, you don't have to really go out and buy it. I actually got this for Christmas last year. And I had watched the series prior to it coming out on DVD. And then now the Coven series is out, and I absolutely love the whole thing, because each season tells a different, basically a different American Horror Story. Like in this one, it was the haunted house, which they called the murder house. And the second one, it was an insane asylum back in I think the 50s. And then the horrors that lied in the asylum that was run by the church, you know, and even like a. But it kind of got weird with the whole like alien storyline. And then now you have Coven, which deals with witches in New Orleans, witches and voodoo in New Orleans. And so it's very good. I mean, if you're not a fan of like sex on TV and homosexuality and just stuff like that, then I don't suggest this show for you. But if you have no qualms with that, then by all means check this out, and also check out Asylum because it's on DVD now, and catch up on Coven if you can. It's great. But oh, and I should also mention that the Hellraiser films are also on Netflix as well. And then I believe they're on Hulu too. Not all of them. The majority of them are on uh, Netflix, but I know they have one, two, and three on Hulu. One for sure. So if you have either of those services, check it out. And Hulu does have like a nice little section now of cult horror films that you can choose from that has that in it, along with like Children of the Corn and stuff like that. Netflix, they've added more horror to their little thing, but most of it I've seen like a million times, or I already have on DVD. And there's one on Netflix too that I need to suggest. It's called American Mary. It's from the Twisted Sisters, and it's wonderful. Like I loved it. It has Catherine Isabel in it. She was in Ginger Snaps, the Ginger Snaps trilogy. Um, well, she wasn't really in the second one. Anyways, but yeah, I would check it out if you can. It's awesome. But yeah, that's really about it for my Halloween special. My next video that I'm gonna put out before Halloween as well, will deal with like great games, great video games for Halloween, which most of them are gonna be zombies, but what can I say? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and give me your own suggestions for your favorite Halloween movies. Maybe there's one I've never heard of and I might enjoy. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.